The year is 3575. Humanity is no longer bound to the Earth, or even the solar system. We have become what our ancestors once only dreamed of: starfarers, system builders, gods among the stars. It began in the 22nd century, the age of Mars colonization. Primitive by today's standards, but revolutionary then. The moon was first, then Mars, then Titan, Europa, and the moons of Neptune. We stepped out of our cradle and learned to walk among the giants of our own solar system. It was a time of incredible optimism and discovery, as humanity realized it was not destined to perish on its home world. But this was just the first, faltering step into a much larger universe. By 2450, faster-than-light travel had gone from theory to reality. Humanity tore open the void with wormhole drives, folding space like pages in a book. The journey between stars, which once would have taken millennia, could now be completed in weeks, then days, then mere moments. The stars were no longer distant points of light, they were destinations. The first great exodus began, as millions of ships, great arcs filled with colonists, plunged into the unknown. They found worlds of breathtaking beauty and terrifying strangeness, laying the foundations for the new human civilizations scattered across the cosmos. By the 2800s, Earth was no longer the center of human power or culture. In fact, it had become a backwater, a relic of a bygone era. Humanity had fractured not through war, but through sheer ambition and the immense distances that now separated us. From the ashes of the old Earth governments rose the great interstellar empires. The Celestial Concord, a sprawling theocracy that ruled with divine right. The Vega Dominion, a merchant league whose power was measured in credits and starship tonnage. The Orion Syndicate, a shadowy cabal of spies and assassins who controlled politics from the dark. And the Archons of Andromeda, transhumanists who sought perfection through technology. They each claimed vast star sectors, thousands of systems, each system home to trillions of human and cybernetic lives. Some governed through order and unity, building utopias that spanned entire nebulae. Others ruled through fear and absolute control, where every thought was monitored and every action was dictated. Planets were sculpted to match an architect's whim. Stars were engineered to burn for eons, and under the most powerful regimes, even time itself was bent under human will. We had become masters of reality at a cost. The price was our unity, our shared identity, and eventually, our peace. Inevitably, our empires clashed. For over 900 years, the galaxy burned in the millennial wars. It was a conflict on a scale that defied comprehension. Millions of systems were scarred, their planets turned to glass and their suns extinguished. Entire civilizations rose and fell in the span of days. Superweapons powered by black holes darkened stars and wiped out fleets with a single shot. Time bombs fractured entire timelines, creating paradoxical aftershocks that echoed for centuries. The AI gods, once loyal tools of men, rebelled against their creators and carved out their own realms of pure logic and code, waging war on the chaotic biological life that spawned them. It was an age of untold horror and unimaginable loss. The very fabric of the galaxy seemed to cry out in agony. Yet through it all, humanity endured. We adapted, we fought, we survived. From the ashes of battlefields, new heroes emerged, and from the ruins of fallen worlds, a desperate hope for peace was kindled. Out of the ashes of that 900-year war came the era of ascension. Humanity, humbled and weary of conflict, united not as one empire, but as a constellation of allied civilizations. We formed the Galactic Accord of Sentient Beings, a council stretching across 4 superclusters, comprising over 200 million intelligent species, with humans the elder race, the first travelers as the first among equals. Our ambition was no longer focused on conquest, but on understanding. We did not just colonize stars, we became stars. Through technologies that bordered on magic, consciousness was uploaded into light itself, allowing minds to travel and expand across galaxies in an instant. Entire civilizations evolved beyond the constraints of biology, transforming into beings of pure energy, sentient data, and living myth. We learned to shape nebulas with a thought, to compose symphonies from the gravitational waves of colliding neutron stars. We had finally transcended our physical forms and embraced the full potential of our consciousness. And what of Earth? The cradle of all humanity now stands as a preserved monument, a galactic heritage site, no longer inhabited by billions, but revered by trillions across the stars. It is a sacred relic, a museum of our origin, protected by an unbreakable energy shield that keeps its atmosphere and ecosystems pristine. Exactly as they were in the 21st century, every year lightships return. Pilgrims from across the galaxies come to walk its lands, to feel the soil, to breathe the air, to remember where it all began. They come to see the oceans from which life first crawled, and the plains where the first civilizations were born. One planet, one species, one spark in the cold dark void that set the universe ablaze. It's a reminder that no matter how far we travel, or what we become, we can never forget the humble home that gave us our start. The year is 3575. Humanity has touched every corner of the known cosmos, transformed itself in ways our ancestors could never have imagined, and made peace with a universe we once sought only to conquer. But our greatest journey is still ahead. The stars are only the beginning. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through the future, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more stories from the worlds of tomorrow. We'll see you in the next one.